Everyone fondly remembers playing Mousetrap as a kid, a game where the joy wasn't really in playing as much as it was constructing the crazy contraption and setting it off. Well, the history of Mousetrap might go some way to explaining why that's the case. It all started in 1903 when the Ideal Toy Company invented the teddy bear, and by the end of World War II, the company had grown to being worth over $11 million. That's about 150 million in today's money. 1962 was a great year for the Ideal Toy Company, and they had some of their biggest hits like King Zor, Bop the Beetle and Gaylord the Dog. But now it was 1963 and they needed another new hit, so they turned to their favourite toy engineering company, Marvin Glass & Associates, famous for Yakety Yak Teeth and Mr. Machine. Up stepped the child-hating, heavy-drinking toy designer Harvey Kramer. He had an idea for a toy that was based on a Rube Goldberg drawing, and he called it Mousetrap. Being a toy wasn't enough though for Kramer, so he added some dice rolling, and it became a board game. Rube Goldberg, well, he must have been chuffed, right? One of his drawings turning into a toy? What a dream! Well, it would have been, but Marvin Glass & Associates said they were merely inspired by his drawings and therefore didn't have to license his work or pay him a penny. Poor Rube. The game was relatively successful, but the team wanted more. Remember, they weren't just a toy company anymore, they also made board games. Enter the board game troubleshooter Sid Saxon, a man who had famously made the games I'm the Boss and Acquire, and would later go on to win the Spiel des Jahres in 1981 for his game Focus. It is said of Sid Saxon that at the time of his death he owned over 18,000 board games and was one hell of a dancer. Well, that was before he died. Speaking about death and Mousetrap, it would be remiss of me not to mention a rather sinister subplot of all of this, something that happened at Marvin Glass & Associates. Marvin Glass was obsessed with security. His office was in the middle of the building with double thick walls surrounding it so that no eavesdroppers or spies could hear or steal any of his great toy ideas. He even made all the designers put their prototypes into 2 bank-sized vaults every evening, and he never even tested his toys and games with kids for fear they might share company secrets. Many say this was all for show and PR. The man loved attention. He had his house featured in Playboy magazine. He unfortunately died in 1972, but his security paranoia may have had some unintended side effects. Al Keller was a toy designer at Marvin Glass & Associates, and he too was worried that he was being followed and that people were out to get him. He even told his wife that the new CEO, Anson Isaacson, wanted him dead. On July 28, 1976, Al was uncharacteristically late for work. The security guard buzzed him in as normal and Al went to his desk. Moments later, he went past several colleagues to Mr. Isaacson's office, where he shot the CEO and several other executives before turning the gun on himself. Later, the police found a note he had written to himself that morning, which said, "Paranoid? No." That was a bit creepy and morbid, wasn't it? Okay, back to Sid. He knew that Mousetrap needed a little more pizzazz. It needed something special. It needed cheese. And thus, the final part of the game as we know it today was added: plastic cheese. Mousetrap has had several redesigns over the years after a gluttony of mergers and acquisitions, with Ideal Toys, Mattel, Tyco, MB and Hasbro. It has even had a complete overhaul recently to be made part of the Ellie Fun and Friends range. But I thought elephants hated mice. So there you have it, the history of Mousetrap. A game that we're nostalgic for, a game that sticks in the memory of being that game where you turn the handle, which makes the boot kick, which makes the ball fall out of the bucket, hit the scaffolding, and make the diver jump into the bucket before the trap comes down on the innocent mouse. And that's a history of Mousetrap. Visit bestplayer.co for more. Thank you. If you enjoyed that, please subscribe and then visit the website where there's loads of great articles and other things that aren't just videos. And then come back and watch more videos and then share those and do all that stuff because we really value your support. So thanks.